Greetings, Duelist, and welcome back to the Underground. For those who don't know what that is, this is a segment that I started last week, and it's basically me talking a lot about Madlist theory and a lot of things that have been going on in the OCG slash TCG, and things that you should take note of when it comes to like this archetype. I want to thank each and everyone who has tuned in for the first episode. And like, this is basically like a testing ground for me. I do know a lot about Malice. I've been testing the deck for a long time. Well, not a long time. I say 10 weeks, but it's enough to cut enough people's attention and say that they like my content. And I want to keep providing more and more for those people who are tuning in. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, what I'm going to do here is showcase you some deck lists from the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG database. This has been lists that people have been posting with Alliance Insight already legal in the OCG. As you can see here, we have a standard Malice list. It has 3 copies of the March Hare. It also has 2 copies of the Mirror. Outside of that, it's just very regular standard Malice stuff. Transcode Talker is not something very common that we see on most lists, but it is something that has been popping up here and there. It is an easy way to get to the Code Talker Administer, so that is something to keep in mind. It is another attribute for Access Code Talker as well. So I understand why this card is in here. Here is another Malice list. This is basically pure, like no Bestials, no Cybers Extenders, basically just playing as a mid-range control deck. You see that there are multiple copies of 11, multiple copies of 07. They're maxing out on March Hare, which is not surprising at all. The one thing that is unorthodox to me is the full release, but I do understand why it's here. Basically, if your engine gets stopped by your opponent, you need a way to just like kick back your engine back online, and this card is good enough for doing that. I like the Dark Ruler no more. If you saw my last Malice deck profile, which is already in the channel, is my deck report of week 7. I am playing this card in my deck. This is basically just one of the easiest outs to Ryziel Detonator end boards without like worrying about them using Twins of the Eclipse to just dodge it, or like using other stuff. So yeah, not the most common list out there, but again, like, it is something that to keep a note of. So here's another list. This one plays 3 Bestials, and it also plays the Administer. I did call this, like, when I did my showcase video of Alliance Insight. I did mention that the Administer engine will be played in this deck. I thought about Achichi Administer as another starter, but they opted to just play the backup just like as an extender. You see here that they did the same thing. This is another one with the backup. You're going to see here that they maxed out on backup and they played the Wizard. Now, before we keep going on with these lists with the Administer engine, there is one engine I want to talk about, because this is not the first time I saw this. At first, I saw this pile like with the Life Twin cards, and I thought to myself, well, they're just probably trying to have fun with this. They're just trying to fun around and just like mix the 2 themes together, because they're both waifus and they're both from the same universe. If you guys don't know, Life Twins and Malice are both from the same storyline, like Yu-Gi-Oh! Related. And thematically, it also makes sense because the Life Twins represent the Tweedledee Tweedledum twins from the Wonderland series. But I saw more than one list. This was not the only list out there. And I thought to myself, does this actually make sense? And it actually does. Uh, so what I'm going to show you here is a combo involving Dormouse and backup Administer. You already saw some list of Malice already playing this card, so this is already going to become a standard. However, there's one thing to note when it comes to what we're going to be doing here. We're going to summon Dormouse, Dormouse to Rabbit, Rabbit set this. They're going to link away to the decoder. We're going to summon the backup, and this is going to be the part where the life twins come in. Backup Administer is going to add life twin Lila, and they're going to discard the Lila to the graveyard. Now I'm going to fast forward this. This is basically Malice stuff that you've seen like so far. Like this is all normal Malice stuff that you should be able to be seen like by now. I'm doing the draw 3 combo with like just flipping 06. The reason this combo is no longer like a problem to do is because if you actually get nibbed, you still have Marsh Hair as an extender for next turn. We're going to fast forward this. We're going to Griffin to make this, and this is the part where the life twins come in. With a Bawaku, you're going to summon Lila, and since Lila is alone on the field, Lila can summon Kissekill Frost. And now Kissekill Frost can turn itself into Kissekill Deal. This is another new card from Alliance Insight. This is basically life twin support. And this is a really, really good card. This is basically another extra extender for the life twin engine. So with that, we're going to dump the Lila Suite. And Lila Suite is another really good card. Like, this is basically a hand trap that protects your life twins. But adding to that, it's also another extra extender that you can summon. So we're going to link these two away into like Kissekill. Kissekill brings this back. You can link these two into Lila. Lila brings back the Kissekill. Kissekill draws us another card. So we drew a total of 5 cards during this combo. We're going to summon the Trouble Sunny, and in the end phase, the Abao just comes back. And yeah, this is the end board. With the Abao, you can just resummon any of these monsters back. You can resummon the Griffin, for example. You can resummon SP Little Knight. While you have your Trouble Sunny that can just bring back Kissekill and Lila. And then, like, upon their summons, like Kissekill and Lila both trigger, so you get to draw a card and you get to like do other stuff. You can also bring back the Kissekill in part of this combo as well. So yeah, like this is a really cool concept. So now I cannot disregard the life twins being on some Malice lists. Like, this is really, really cool. I don't think this is gonna be a standard, but it was something cool I just wanted to showcase. Now let's go back to the Administer lists, the standard Malice lists. Another thing that I found on all these Malice deck profiles is something very, like, it's not that it is unorthodox, but it's something that is not being taken into precedence in the TCG. So you look at this list, right? You see that they're playing a bunch of hand traps, and they're playing the Bestials, they're playing Dominance Impulse as well. Now, take a look at this list, right? This one has the Administer Suite, and they are also playing hand traps. They're playing less hand traps than the other build, but they're still playing a good number of them. Now let's look at this list. Very standard, right? So far, so good. Like, you see the Nightmares, you see... there's no Abawaku in this one, but you see the Aquila Administer, and you do see the Appaloosa. Appaloosa is still legal in the OCG, so that's a staple in Malice. Let's look at this list as well. You notice how some lists are playing the Heat Soul. I don't know if Heat Soul is super necessary. This one's playing the Scythe package. Sadly, this is not legal in the TCG. Well, I don't know if I can say sadly. I'm actually glad that this card is gone. But yeah, this one's playing Terahertz. So that's another important note. I've seen some lists play Terahertz, and this one is not sampleized because this one was posted before like the other ones. but this is Marsh Hare, this is the Administer, and this is the Malice in the Mirror. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, and I'm going to showcase you this list. This is pre-Alliance Insight. If you notice that the past 5 lists that I've shown you, like up to here, you probably noticed one thing, and that is Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird are in all of these Malice deck profiles. Why is that? Like, why is Droll so popular in the OCG, but not in the TCG? We see here like another list. This is from Road to the King. This was an Asian Championship from a couple weeks back, and the one Malice that made it to the top 16 also maxed out on Droll. So yeah, this was very well, I'm not gonna say it's unorthodox to me particularly. I kind of already knew the answer to this, but it's something that not a lot of people in the TCG have been taking practice. And like, I wanted assurance from this. So shout out to Kuyo Kadoja. This is a friend of mine from the OCG. She is also like a content creator. She also does a lot of Malice deck profiles. As you can see here from the screen, she is also playing Droll. And this is post-Alliance Insight. Like, behind this Droll over here, this is the Malice in the Mirror. So this is her list post-Alliance Insight. She took out the Terahertz and the Save Worm. We were talking about that during her stream. But she was playing Droll. And I asked, like, Kuyo, why are you playing Droll? Obviously, she explained everything in Japanese, but the first thing I heard from what she was saying was Raizuru. So basically, the conclusion that we arrived in is that, from what Kuyo was telling me, is that the main reason Droll was played in the main deck was because of Ryziel. Ryziel like was very, very popular, and they just needed a way to stop that deck from playing, especially if the Malice player gets Lancia'd. Especially because most lists from Ryziel are going to be playing the 7th Tachyon, and if they know that they're facing Malice, they're going to add the Lancia. So this is just a way to make sure that they don't play their turn if their turns get stopped by Lancia. The other thing that was brought up is that the reason Droll is in a lot of Malice main decks are because of the Molcharmies. With Molcharmy Meowls and Pualos being very popular, this is just another card that can stop that. And Malice doesn't care if you get Drolled. Like, Malice can full combo even with Droll like being present. So just trolling yourself to make sure your opponent doesn't get any more draws from Molcharmies while full comboing off is actually a very big deal in the OCG. Like, a lot of OCG players do that with their Malice plays more than the TCG players. But yeah, with Mitsurugi being popular in the TCG, I think this trend of Droll in the main deck is not really that unorthodox in Malice, even though most TCG players are not doing this. But yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about Droll for a little bit. I also wanted to talk about like the ratios of like the Malice lists that I've been seeing post Alliance Insight. Like, from now I've gathered the conclusion that Malice in the Mirror is mainly a 1 or a 2 of. We gained the conclusion that Marsh Hare does not have to be played at 3. Another thing to note is most lists are playing 2 cats now. Like, some lists are playing 1, but like 2 cats are now the standard because of the existence of Marsh Hare. We also see from pretty much almost every list, this is an exception, this one is not playing it, but most lists are playing the Akko Tucker Administer. Like, I think Akko Tucker Administer is a staple. I've even seen end boards that end on both the Echo Talker and the Appaloosa. They just use the Appaloosa to negate whatever, and when the Appaloosa is running out of materials, you just tribute it for Echo Talker at Ignister. So, yeah. I hope you found this video informative to your liking and understanding. More Malice videos coming soon. Keep practicing and keep dueling.